Jorge Posada. Brian Roberts, 9 for 36 on the Orioles road trip, hitting .292. 5 homers and 16 runs batted in. So the Yankees go for number 9. Roberts is ready. Jabba is ready. And let's do it here in the Bronx as the young right-hander winds, kicks, and deals. There's a fastball strike, and we are underway. Jabba had been having some first inning struggles, as Kenny told you in the scouting report, and they kind of changed his warm-up routine last time out, and it worked well. So let's see if he gets through another first inning unscathed. Whip foul.
What he did was he went out, warmed up, sat down for a while as if he had thrown his first inning, and then he came back and started warming up again. Came into the ball game and pitched well against Minnesota. And you can see what he's done first inning ERA as opposed to the rest of the ball game.
And the 1-2 upstairs. Yankees don't have Johnny Damon in the lineup. His back is bothering him. Ran into a wall yesterday and kind of shook him up. They don't think it's anything long term, but just giving him a day off. Count 3-2. Yankees also announced today that Phil Hughes will make his start in Texas, and Chin Ming Wang is going to pitch again in the minor leagues, this time against Pawtucket. Hughes got the win yesterday.
Yeah, coming off a career high 9 strikeouts in the ball game last night.
3-2. Strike 3, breaking ball. Roberts down looking.
Well, just like the scouting report said, put away breaking pitches. And after all these fastballs, slider drops over the outside corner. Jabba can get you with the power fastball, and Brian Roberts knew it. Just headed back to the dugout. First breaking ball he sees, he's frozen, and strike 3 call.
Here's Adam Jones. There's that slider. Swung on a miss.
As you can see, Jones off to a good start. And he is kind of coming into his own. This is a breakout season so far. You know a right-handed hitter is coming on because he leads the league in hitting against right-handed pitching. Over 400 against right-handed pitching.
Had a long swing last year. He shortened it up, and he's become a great player. Right back up the middle, knocked down by Jabba. He finds it, and they're 2-away. Now we'll see if Jabba's okay. Where it hit him, and he drops his glove. Looked like he got him on the glove hand. No, he's saying it might have got him on the knee.
Right in the back of the leg. Gino's out there. Head athletic trainer Gene Monahan, Joe Girardi, Dave Island. Rub on that, try and keep it loose so it doesn't tighten up while he's out there on the mound. Might throw some ice on it in between innings if he's able to continue here. Let's see where the pitch is. Pitch is right there for it to be hit pretty hard. It is. You can see Jabba got the leg up and gets the out, but this is one he's going to remember. And now he's going to take some warm-up tosses. Might hit a crowd in the background. Here's a closer look at it. Not much time to react here. Not enough time to get the glove. He almost got the glove to the ball, but he gets him in the leg, and here's real speed, folks. Yeah, not much time at all to react, and that ball would have gone into center field if it didn't get a piece of Jabba Chamberlain. Hanging breaking ball, hit hard by Jones, but he is retired, and a little wince and a little lip. When you release that baseball, you get awfully close to the action. And I'm surprised more pitchers aren't hit. and hurt seriously. They're very quick and good athletic reactions to it.
Markakis skies one the other way and out of play. New York Yankees baseball is broadcast in Spanish. It's available by hitting the SAP button on your television. SAP is brought to you by Toyota, a smart way to keep moving forward.
Yankees have done a good job against Markakis in this series. He's 0 for 8 in the first 2 games. And this is the first time this season he's gone 3 games in a row without a hit.
He's 4 for his last 23, so he's in a little bit of a slump for him. And there's a base hit, so that's the first base hit for Markakis against the Yankees in this series, a 2-out single.
I was in the clubhouse before the game. Markakis was kidding because last night he struck out 3 times, all against Phil Hughes. And goes with it. When you're struggling, you're supposed to try and hit the ball back through the middle to the opposite field. So maybe he got it going.
Well, the crowd boos Aubrey Huff as he comes up. The story's been told. Aubrey Huff hit a home run against Jabba Chamberlain in the first inning, and the last started in Baltimore, pumped his fist around first and at home plate. And now everybody wonders, will there be payback or retribution for mocking Jabba? Jabba doesn't think so. I talked to Dave Tremblay. He doesn't think so. Huff says he's not worried about it. So we'll see if it plays out at all this game. And Jabba insists that he's never seen it. He said he didn't see him round first and do it. He didn't see him at home plate. He's never seen any tape of it. He obviously has been told about it, but he never saw it. There's a base hit to right field off the bat of Huff. Markakis will round second. He'll go to third. And Swisher throws in the Cano. So another single. This one by Huff. Runners on first and third, 2 outs.
Well, if there's any way of getting retribution, Jabba might have gotten it because the Yankees won that ball game in Baltimore. Huff gets a pitch inside. He's quick, pulls the ball line drive to right field. Jabba's still limping around out on the field there. And Joe Girardi's going to come out and check on him once again after this hit by Huff. I don't know if that leg is stiffening up, but Jabba's having a few problems here.
Alfredo Aceves beginning to stretch in preparation and anticipation.
That is home plate umpire Paul Emmel listening in on the conversation. You know, if pitchers start to alter their deliveries, and all of a sudden they're doing things differently if they can't follow through or can't push off, and it's putting more pressure on the arm. Delivery is not as natural as it should be, and it appears as though they're going to go to the bullpen.
Well, Jabba's still out on the mound, but Derek Jeter and Alex Rodriguez are walking off the field. They kind of need the left side of the infield, so that would indicate that Aceves is going to come in. And Jabba Chamberlain will walk gingerly off the mound. So Aceves is going to get as much time as he needs, obviously, because Jabba is leaving with an injury. So he was hit squarely on a comebacker off the bat of Adam Jones. And the Yankees have to hold their breath and hope that Jabba is okay. But you can see he's clearly in some kind of pain as he walks slowly up the mound, then down the steps that descend into the Yankee clubhouse. Well, Aceves is 2-0. We'll take one more look at why Aceves is coming in. A breaking ball up in the zone, and he lines it off the side of the right knee of Jabba Chamberlain. So Chamberlain is out. He leaves a first and third 2-out situation. Aceves will take over. from the late 90s championship run should have had their number retired. What do you think? Go to my9tv.com to blog or email us a video with your thoughts. It's Take on Russ, brought to you by Toyota, a smart way to keep moving forward. Well, an injury means that Aceves will have all the time that he needs, and he will warm up as if he's in the bullpen ready to go in. Tonight's closed captioning is brought to you by your local Lexus dealers. Baseball is very funny in an odd way, Kenny, in that you worry about these things, and you worry about making decisions on, well, what are you going to do with Phil Hughes when Chien-Ming Wang is ready to come back? And if you follow baseball long enough, usually these problems are solved just by what happens during a season. Now, we have no idea what's happening with Jabba Chamberlain, but you expect him to get knocked out in the first inning, and now the Yankees hold their breath and hope that he's okay.
Well, certainly they hope that he'll be all right and be able to make his next start. Meanwhile, tonight, Aceves comes in. Those are the numbers for him, making his 6th appearance. His 5th appearance was last night. He pitched 2 innings, gave up a couple of hits, a strikeout, didn't walk anybody, no runs scored against him as the Yankees won 11-4. But Aceves is the long man, and he was used last night in the 6th and 7th inning and did a pretty good job.
Well, Joe Girardi has to make a call to the bullpen that he did not think he'd have to make in the first inning, and is brought to you by Verizon Fios, over 100 HD channels and the fastest internet. This is Fios. This is big. Obviously, everything's been going well for the Yankees. 8 in a row. They've played great baseball. They've gotten good starts out of their starters. They've gotten great relief pitching. And now they are going to need their bullpen to give them 8 1/3 innings tonight. And that's with the Philadelphia Phillies, the world champions, coming in for a 3-game set tomorrow. So a lot on the shoulders of Alfredo Aceves. And Aceves actually didn't take as much time as you would think, but he's gotten used to warming up quickly because he's pitching out of the bullpen. 1st and 3rd for the Orioles with 2 outs. And Aceves is going to face Melvin Mora. Aceves' longest outing with the Yankees so far this season was 4 1/3 against Boston. Mora 7 hits in his last 20 at-bats. And the pitch is low, 2-0. And the righty deals. There's a strike, and the count 2-1. The umpires tonight, Paul Emmel is the home plate ump. Angel Campos is at first. The crew chief, Gary Darling, at second, and Bruce Dreckman is over at third. The 2-1. High pop-up and out of play.
Aceves' assortment is he's got a good fastball, he's got a sinker, good breaking ball, good changeup. He throws a lot of pitches. What I like about him, he can get most of them over the plate anytime he wants, so he can throw anything in any count. Got a good demeanor on the mound. You never know if he's struggling. You never know if he's setting him down 1-2-3, 1-2-3, 1-2-3. He's just the same way all the time. A lot of experience in the Mexican League.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on the pitch. And it's popped up. Shallow center. Going out Cano, coming in Gardner, and Gardner makes the call on the catch. So Aceves comes on and gets out of the jam left over by the injured Jabba Chamberlain. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on base. Orioles nothing, the Yankees coming to bat. A Volkswagen dealer. Visit VW.com for great deals on new Volkswagens. You mentioned Johnny Damon's out. Back is bothering him. Derek Jeter, the shortstop, leads off, batting second. And playing second, Robinson Cano. Mark Teixeira at first base will hit third. Cleaning up and playing third is Alex Rodriguez. Hideki Matsui, the DH, will bat fifth, batting sixth. Playing right field, Nick Swisher. Melky Cabrera had a good season so far at home. He'll be in left field. Bat seventh, batting eighth, and playing center. So catching is Francisco Cervelli, and playing center is Brett Gardner. He'll bat ninth.
31-year-old right-hander Adam Eaton on the mound for the Baltimore Orioles. Start number 8, 2-4 record, 7.93 ERA. And opponents hitting .314. Let's take a look at the Baltimore Orioles pitcher scouting report, brought to you by Kia Motors. Kia, the power to surprise. Going back to 1996, he was a #1 draft pick of the Philadelphia Phillies out of the state of Washington. June 11th, 2004, he actually pitched for the San Diego Padres here at the stadium. Went 7 strong innings and picked up a win for the Padres. And it's been a rocky road for him this year. He has struggled on the road. His ERA on the road is near 11. And from what I understand, he's getting down to his last couple of starts. If he doesn't perform, the Orioles might be looking for somebody else to take his place in the rotation.
Here's Derek Jeter to start things off. 7 for his last 24. And Eaton deals. There's a strike.
At 261 hits, the most for any active player against Baltimore. Eaton features a fastball that maybe touches 90, maybe a little above. Decent breaking ball, changeup.
Driven out to right field. Fair ball, it's trouble. It is a fair ball. It goes into the corner. Markakis comes up throwing, and Jeter's in there with a double.
Markakis makes a nice play out of the corner, but Jeter just too fast. A pitch in the middle. Jeter goes into the corner. He's going to have to hustle. Markakis leads the league in outfield assists. This is double number 50 for Derek Jeter against the Orioles. And like I said, in the case of the hits, Markakis bare hands, makes a strong throw. Jeter's got more doubles against Baltimore than any active player. That's number 50 against Baltimore.
Here's Cano moving into Damon's number 2 spot in the lineup.
Cano had a little bit of a dry spell now, maybe starting to heat up again. He had a couple of hits last night.
Line drive, right center field. It is a base hit. That's going to split the outfielders, and it's going to roll to the wall. Jeter scores easily. Cano will stop at second with an RBI double, and the Yankees lead 1-0.
Well, that's the old trade places with them. The Yankees commence firing. Double by Jeter. Cano trying to pull the ball. His pitch is on the out at third. He does pull it, but he gets himself a gap. And this will be double number 11 for Cano. I said he had 2 hits last night. He had 3. And he has one here tonight that's going to put the Yankees on top 1-0.
So Cano is 23rd, will be 11th double of the year. And here is Mark Teixeira. Pitches outside. They play Robertson short right field for Teixeira. And Andino shades up the middle. Keeping it away. Teixeira's 10 for his last 23.
Michael, don't you get the feeling you could back Cano anywhere in the lineup and he'll perform? He's that type of hitter. Solid line drive hitter, occasional power that pitchers have to be aware of. And tonight, moves him right into Johnny Damon's spot, delivers in the first inning just as if it were Johnny Damon.
There's a strike. I always thought that he'd be a perfect number 3 hitter, but with an 8-year contract given to Teixeira and Alex Rodriguez 8 years after this, he's not going to be at the number 3 hole, but he can hit anywhere.
Yes.
(3-1). Chased like a change. The count 3-2.
And not only it was off the plate, it might have been ball 4. Sure expands the strike zone.
Down the right field line, that ball is going to be a fair ball. Markakis plays it again, fires to second. Teixeira's in there with an RBI double. Cano scores. Yankees up 2-0. Yankees are doubling their pleasure.
Well, last night it was 3 consecutive home runs in the second inning. Tonight in the first inning, 3 consecutive doubles. Jeter, Cano, and now Teixeira. That corner's getting a workout. Jeter's double went that way, and Teixeira follows him. And the Yankees now lead 2-0. Almost the same spot as where Jeter's double landed to lead off the game for the Yankees. Hustling in the second ahead of the throw of Markakis. And the Yankees are jumping on animated early.
32 RBIs now for Teixeira. Now over the 8-game win streak, and including the first 3 batters tonight, the Yankees are 25 of 68. That's 368 with runners in scoring position. You'll win games that way. Here's Rodriguez. Count 1-0. First base is open. Matsui is on deck.
Yeah, Michael, we talked about this last night. A-Rod's getting some walks lately since he's been back. And I saw Alex before the game. He said, I told him to stay patient. He said he would. He hasn't been getting many pitches to hit. He walked twice last night. But in walking twice last night, he scored 2 runs. So maybe not Matsui driving in, but somebody did. And that's how you make the other teams pay. This looks like an off-speed pitch. Slow breaking ball. Alex out in front for the strike. Here's a look. Gets the foot down, but the pitch never got there in time.
Waves 1-2.
He wasn't patient on that one. That pitch was probably out of the strike zone. Take another look and watch the glove of Greg Zahn. Yeah, that pitch was too low.
Since coming up the DL, A-Rod has not had a day off. He has DH'd one day, but he has not had a day off. Been very, very resilient from game to game, coming off serious hip surgery. Rounded to third. Mora. And there's one away as Teixeira stays put at second.
But the thing about that, he checks with Joe Girardi every day, or I should say Joe checks with him to see if he's okay to play. And so for Alex, he said it's a go. There's not much conversation involved. You maybe just ask him and he gets the sign. Yep, let's play.
Matsui 3 hits in his last 17 at bats, hitting .252 overall. Count 1-0.
His longest outing of the year was back on April 23rd against the Chicago White Sox in Baltimore. He went 7 1/3 innings. He's been pretty consistent though. 5, 5, 5, 6, 7 and a third, 4, 4. So it's going to be a bullpen night more often than not when he's on the mound.
Hot shot to Brian Roberts. 2 outs as Teixeira moves to third. Here's Nick Swisher. And there's a strike.
You know, last night the fans in right field are aware of the fact that Swisher had not hit a home run here at the stadium. And what he did last night, he walked out to his position following the inning. They gave him a standing ovation in right field. Look out, Nick. And last night was the first time he wore his pants jacked up to the knees, and he's wearing them again that way tonight. Are you superstitious like that, Michael? Are there certain things that you do over and over and over again?
Not really. No. I mean, if something starts to go well for me, maybe I will be.
No. Something starts.
2-1. A little bit low.
All right, let me know.
All right.
This is what we were talking about last night. Nick Swisher, Jeremy Guthrie tried to get in on it, and Nick was too quick. And then, the drought is over. First Yankee Stadium homer.
3-1. Came right in on Swisher in the count 3-2.
There's quite a disparity there in the road and home breakdown. Wants to follow through with the bat. Oh, man. You believe catchers years ago did not wear anything besides the mask?
In the very beginning of baseball, they didn't wear a mask.
Yeah, that's true. Very ornate design on that mask on Griggs on. Saving the beauty.
And Swisher works a walk.
Now Dave Tremblay and Rick Kranitz, the manager and the pitching coach respectively for Baltimore, they have the last few years the pitching has been the problem. You know, the Orioles are a decent hitting ball club. They got some guys who can hit and drive in some runs, but the pitching has not been of Oriole quality of years gone by. You think back, they had a 20-game winner for 13 years in a row. They had at least one pitcher win 20.
Melky laces one into left center field. That is going to be a base hit. It splits the outfielders. Cut off in the gap there by Adam Jones. But 2 runs are going to score. It is a 2-run double for Melky, who's now in a rundown. He'll get tagged out. So the Yankees now lead 4-0. Teixeira scored, Swisher scored, and then they got Melky between second and third. Not a good first inning for Adam Eaton. Great for the Yankees, though. After 1, they're up 4-0. and it was a 16-minute half inning. So Aceves comes in to relieve the injured job of Chamberlain, doesn't warm up much, and now is sitting for 16 minutes. Let's see if it affects him adversely. The first pitch, though, to Nolan Reimold is a strike.
He'll take those 4 runs, though.
Yep. One. Foul the other way. Talking to Dave Tremblay about Reimold and why he was playing him. He said, you know what, I'm of a firm belief that if you're going to call a kid up from the minor leagues, you have to play him every day, especially if he's an everyday player in minors. So we didn't call him up to sit him on the bench. So
almost walked into one there. You know what? From what little I've seen of Reimold, it looks like he's going to be a pretty good player. I mean, every time he swings the bat, doesn't seem to be off balance. Haven't seen him really throw, but he supposedly has a very strong throwing arm.
Popped up, Cervelli and A-Rod. Cervelli goes a long way and makes the play. One down.
And talking to first base coach John Shelby, he has a feeling that you're looking at the Oriole outfield for a long time to come. As Cervelli makes his play, hands it off to A-Rod. He's got some kind of injury, Cervelli.
Keeping score at home, Melky got a double, 2 RBIs. He was out. 8-6-3-4. 8-6-3-4.
Cervelli was into it. Now, yesterday I was talking to him before the game. He wasn't playing yesterday. I said, you get a night off, but he said, I got to be ready, just in case.
Felix P.A. pops it up. High pop up to Shera. Will make the play for the second out.
As you look at PA run off the field, just think of this. Of all the batters that Mariano has faced this year, that's the only batter he has walked this year, Felix PA. And that was down at Camden Yards. So the team picture is only one player.
By the end of the year, it might be 4 or 5 at the most.
Well, last year was 6.
Yep.
6. A basketball team and 1 substitute.
There's a strike. Zahn 1 hit in his last 13 at bats. It's strange. You see Zahn struggling and Chad Moeller struggling, not hitting, and they have one of the top prospects in all of baseball ready to come up, and Matt Wieters, their catcher. But they're taking their time with him, and I guess they're playing the arbitration game as well. Sooner or later, you will see Wieters, and people compare Wieters to a guy like Joe Mauer. He could be that good.
Well, I heard switch hitting Joe Mauer, because Wieters is a switch hitter, and I heard probably next month in June sometime. I gotta think about bringing some of those young pitchers up too. I mean, what the heck? They're in last place. Bring them up. Let them see what they can do.
I guess there's some school of thought that if you bring somebody up too early and they get hit hard, that you might damage them.
All depends on the demeanor of the pitcher that you bring up. You know, you can look at it as a learning process, and they're going to improve.
They have to know their guys, as you said.
Yeah, that's right.
That's going to bring up Robert Andino, and Andino's had a rough series in the field so far. Filling in for the injured Cesar Estores, who has a left groin strain. Andino hits a fly ball to right center. Coasting over is Brett Gardner. He's there, and he'll make the play for the final out of the second inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 man left. Aceves continues his strong pitching as we go to the bottom of the second. Hey, New York, could you use a good laugh? Well, My Nine delivers every weeknight, starting at 6 with the King of Queens, and then at 7 with Tyler Perry's House of Pain. Watch as Doug and Curtis put the fun in dysfunction. King of Queens at 6 and Tyler Perry's House of Pain at 7 weeknights on My Nine. Francisco Cervelli leads off against Adam Eaton, and there's a strike. It'll be Cervelli, Gardner, and Jeter against a 31-year-old right-hander. Short fly ball to left, and Felix P.A. is there, one away. Tonight's Smile of the Game is brought to you by McDonald's. Satisfy your burger craving with the big, beefy taste of McDonald's double cheeseburger. Future's so bright, she has to wear shades. That's why she's smiling. Here's Brett Gardner. He's been out with a sore shoulder after a collision he had at home plate with Joe Mauer. And there's a bunt. Now, yesterday he was not able to swing a bat. He could have pinch run. And he could have played in the outfield if he had to, but he would not have been able to swing a bat. And overnight, I guess he's okay after a lot of treatment with the Yankee trainers, and here he is.
Not played in the last 3 games. He's been a little warm of late, 5 for his last 12. With a single, 2 triples, and 2 home runs. That's a little warm. And one of those homers, the inside park variety. Those are the kind you get in the playground.
When they have no fence.
Just keep running.
Count 3-1.
Should get a pretty good pitch to hit here. This is when you're looking to pull the ball. It's this. Pitches away.
And the payoff. And that's something you want to do if you're Eaton. Walking the speedy Gardner.
Especially in front of Jeter, a player who handles his bat well. Jeter's ability to hit the ball to the opposite field with Gardner's speed, you're looking at first and third.
Jeter doubled in the first and came around to score. Now, sometimes we take for granted because we're always around a big league ballpark. But there are people that this is really a treat for, and Dave Tremblay is one of those people. He spent 20 years in the minor leagues toiling long bus rides, A-ball, rookie ball, double-A, and never really complained. And he put it best to me today. I said, well, is this what you expected it to be when you were making those long bus rides? He said, being in the big leagues for me now is like watching color TV for the first time.
That's a good way to describe it.
He said when he was talking with Joe Girardi before the first game, because he had managed against Girardi in the minor leagues many years ago, he said, who has it better than us? He said, we're standing in this beautiful ballpark, Yankee Stadium. He said, and we're about to manage a game between the Yankees and the Orioles. That's a long way from Double-A.
Man who appreciates what he has.
Mm-hmm. Like watching color TV for the first time.
In HD?
I guess. Cowboy.
Jeter with that double in the first inning is now hitting 5 straight games. the first of 4 doubles in the first inning by the Yankees.
You can run on Zahn. He is not great at throwing out base runners. 38-year-old catcher. And against Adam Eaton, you can run against him, obviously. 9 for 9 in stolen base attempts. Last year, 3 for 7. "37 pitches for Eaton so far, 20 strikes, 17 balls."
You know, Gardner's the type of player. He's not going to stay put for long. 6 out of 7 stolen base department.
Chop. It's going to be a tough play. Eaton fields, fires to first. They just get Jeter for the second out.
Gardner was on the move on the play, and Eaton only had 1 play to go to first, and he had to hustle to do it. Gets Jeter by about a half a step. There's a high chopper. You can hear the ball hit off a home plate. Just got it. You heard the ball hit the glove, and then Derek's foot hit the bag. That's what the umpires are listening for.
Here's Cano. He doubled and drove in a run in the first inning. 23rd rookie of the year. That one's driven deep to right field. That ball is gone. A laser shot into the short porch and right. A 2-run home run for Cano, and the Yankees lead 6-0.
Robinson Cano is heating up again. 3 hits last night. His first 2 times up tonight, a double. And as Michael called it, a line shot home run. Second home run in 2 nights. Last night it was a high fly ball. Tonight the exact opposite. You could hang out a week's worth of laundry on that one.
And Teixeira with a ground ball to short right field. Fielded there by Roberts. It's a base hit for Teixeira. So he's 2 for 2.
The shift is on, and you can see Roberts right there in your picture, and he's going to range far to his right. You know, that's going to go as an infield single.
And you know, Kenny, sometimes you outthink yourself. If you had a regular defense there, it's an easy ground ball at second base. That's right where Roberts would be, or he can move to his right and backhand it. Here's Alex Rodriguez. Breaking ball strike. Well, the way the Oriole bullpen has been, Tremblay is not in any hurry to get anybody up. So Adam Eaton's out there for a while. Now Cano just hit his 8th home run. He did not hit his 8th home run last year until July 21st.
The Yankees are well ahead of their home run. Not only him, but the whole team's well ahead of their pace from last year. That was the 65th home run for the Yankees this year.
Popped up. Huff toward the seats. And he runs out of room as he goes into the camera pit.
Now last year at this time they'd only hit 40. So they've hit 25 more home runs this year. About the only way you're going to cool them off now.
The 1-2. And the count 2-2. 6-0 Yankees as they go for their 9th straight win. It's been a great homestand so far. If they win this, they won the first 7 games of a 10-game homestand. And the Philadelphia Phillies, who are one of the better teams in baseball on the road, come in tomorrow night.
Oh, they were the best team in baseball last year.
I think they're 13-4 on the road. Well, they won again today, so now they're 14-4.
Phillies were in Cincinnati today.
14-5 because they lost last night. So now you got the stat. Teixeira goes. Line into left field. PA is there, and he'll put it away for the final out of the second. But the Yankees scored 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 man left. And the big hit off the bat of the Robinson Cano, a line shot into the short porch. A lot of dancing going on, a lot of scoring as well. We go to the 3rd inning, and the Yankees lead this one 6-0. Brian Roberts against Alfredo Aceves, and it's fouled away. Roberts struck out looking against Jabba Chamberlain in the 1st inning. Now Jabba lasted just 2/3 of an inning. Then you see on the PC Richard and Son scoreboard, Yankees are up 6-0. He struck out Roberts looking, and Adam Jones hit a hot shot back to the mound. Got Jabba, it looked like, on the side of the right knee. And that's his push-off leg. He stayed in. Nick Markakis single. Aubrey Huff single. And he couldn't go. Wasn't able to push off, so they took him out with 2 outs, runners on 1st and 3rd with no score in the top of the 1st inning. And they brought in Aceves, who quickly got Moore to fly to center to get out of any problem. And now Aceves does the same thing Jabba did, and he gets Roberts looking at a called 3rd strike. Time for the out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by Dunkin' Donuts. America runs on Dunkin'. Detroit beat Texas 4-3. How about this one? Boy, they don't even need Brett Favre. The Vikings 20, and the Bears just won. Tampa Bay beat Oakland 6-5, and Boston over Toronto 3-0 top of the 3rd.
They don't need Brett Favre.
In the National League, Philadelphia beat Cincinnati 12-5. Washington 2-0 over Pitt, bottom of the 4th. Pitch is outside. Florida 2, Arizona 0, top of the 3rd. And the bottom of the 3rd, Colorado 1, Atlanta 0. That's your Dunkin' Donuts scoreboard.
I remember early in the season talking to Terry Crowley, the hitting coach for the Orioles, about Adam Jones. And he said that he's going to hit more home runs than he hit last year. When Jones homered last night, he tied the number of home runs he hit last year. He hit 9 last year. He's got 9 now.
Line drive, left field. That is a base hit. Cutting over is Melky Cabrera. And he holds Jones to a single. Boy, Jones is a different player than he was last year.
First of all, during the course of the season, you could see him get better and better. He wasn't chasing as many pitches out of the zone. And when you throw him any pitch that's belt high or even higher, Well, he is deadly with the bat. He's very quick. I mentioned how well he's hit against right-handed pitchers, and that's good for a right-handed hitter, especially a young one. He leads the league in hitting against right-handed pitchers. He's 1 for 2 tonight, so he's .410 coming in. That's going to go up a notch or two. But he is some kind of ball player. And just think they got him in a trade.
And the pitch to Markakis is a strike.
I remember Crowley telling me he thinks he was going to hit 15 home runs this year. I think he's going to be wrong.
He might be short. Markakis picked up his first hit against the Yankees in this series with a single to left field between short and third. That was in the first inning. So 1 for 9. Pitch outside. You wonder how long Aceves could go. As Kenny mentioned when he came in, he pitched 2 innings yesterday. Now he was starting down at Scranton Wilkes-Barre, but since becoming a reliever, you know, you lose some of the length in your arm. So I don't know if they can go much more than 4, right? Maybe even.
Let's see. Last night he went 2. I think it depends on how he gets through these innings. Ooh.
Pass it diving Teixeira into right field. Adam Jones will stop at second, and another base hit for Markakis.
Markakis was talking in the clubhouse before the game about how he had struggled last night, struck out 3 times, flat out to center, 0 for 4, hadn't had a hit in 3 games. And, you know, sometimes your number doesn't come up. You got to be ready. That's why baseball's an everyday game. You go out and struggle one day, you can come back the next day, and he got himself 2 hits. And he almost didn't get it because Teixeira had made the effort to try and come up with that one. I'm sure Joe Girardi and Dave Island are going to be watching Aceves closely. You know, what'd you say, 4?
4 at the most, I think. They might be happy with 3. Pitch inside, 1-0. And Jose Veras beginning stretching exercises.
Aceves looking for that ground ball that one of his infielders maybe get out of the inning with 1 pitch.
2-0. High fly ball, right field. Swisher makes the catch. Tagging is Jones. He'll move to third. Throw comes into Jeter. 2 away. Tomorrow on the Yes Network, the Yankees kick off interleague play with a 3-game series against the world champion Phillies. The coverage starts at 6 with batting practice today, and then the pregame. Then after the postgame, don't miss an all-new Forbes Sports Money presented by Fox Business Network. It all starts tomorrow night at 6, only on Yes. Nice lineup. And a great series about to begin here at the stadium, anticipated by many. The red-hot Yankees against the world champion Phillies.
Phillies in first place in the National League East.
I'll give you a stat that doesn't go with what you just said. Their ERA of their starters is 6.32, the highest in the majors. And Brad Lidge's ERA is hovering around 8.
So they must be doing a lot of hitting.
Yeah.
The Udleys and the Howards and the Rollins, Victorinos and Worths. The Ibanez, how about him? Is that a heck of a signing?
Amazing. Leads the National League in home runs. Jimmy Rollins starting to get hot. He was hovering around the Mendoza line, and he's raised his average 35 points on the recent road trip.
Now, you remember seeing Ramiro Mendoza play?
You mean Mario Mendoza?
Mario, yeah. Ramiro,
I remember.
Yeah, I remember him too.
Yeah, I remember Mario.
Yeah. Didn't hit very much.
Ergo the line. The 0-2.
Look out. I was on the elevator today with Melvin Mora. Melvin got on, and I had already been on the elevator. Melvin came on and says, "Hey, here's the guy. Broke his record." I said, "You know, Melvin, it was worth having it for 20. I think I had it for 27 years before he hit 340 one year and broke my team record. So if he has it for 27 years, I told him to be happy." That was back in 2004. So what is he at? 1, 2, 4 years he's had.
Not even close to your staying power. 2-2. Grounded to Jeter. And he'll go the short way, and Aceves works out of trouble. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on base. We go to the bottom of the third, 6-0 Yankees. New York Yankees baseball on My 9 is brought to you in part by your local Nissan dealer, Wimpy, America's sub shop, and by Honda. Visit your local dealer today. Hideki Matsui leads off the bottom of the third, and Adam Eaton deals low 1-0 on the PC Richard & Sons scoreboard. It's 6-0 Yankees as they have their eyes on a 9-game winning streak. It all started innocently enough in Toronto. There's a strike.
The Yankees had lost to Roy Halladay in the opening game of that series, as Halladay was, well, quite frankly, he was Roy Halladay, and he beat the Yankees and fairly easily, a complete game, and then the Yankees came back and won the next 2 games of that series, and on home the Yankee Stadium, they haven't lost since. The Fleet's in.
And the 2-1. 2-2.
My dad was in the Navy way back when.
Matsui swings and misses. His stint in the Navy got him to Seattle, where he met your mom, right?
He actually got out of the Navy at the end of World War II in Seattle, and my mom took the train all the way from Chicago to meet him, and they got married in Seattle. And
that's where it all began for you.
Well, I don't think I was, I wasn't conceived in Seattle, but that's kind of where it all started.
That's where it all started.
Yeah. That's why I always hit well there. I always liked Seattle. Beautiful city.
Here's Nick Swisher. And there's a strike. And another strike. Eden throws a lot of pitches. He averages 19.5 pitches per inning. And that's the 4th highest amongst pitchers with at least 5 starts. The other 3, Oliver Perez, 20.8 pitches per inning, and he's on the DL. Dana Evelyn, 20, and Phil Hughes, 19.8.
Well, those pitchers have something in common. They a lot of base runners, although Hughes, I talked to him before that he had an outstanding game last night. I talked to him about it. He's remember, Matt, he was throwing all fastballs last night, and he said, if I was going to go down, I was going to go down with my best stuff.
Ground ball up the middle for Nick Swisher, so he picks up a single.
So that's why he stayed with the fastball and got himself a victory last night.
Hey, Saturday afternoon, the Yankees take on the World Series champions, the Philadelphia Phillies, on our sister station, Fox 5. The interleague action starts at 4 p.m. as Ryan Howard and the Phillies make a rare appearance in the Bronx, so don't miss a pitch. Yankees, Phillies, Saturday starting at 4 on Fox 5. The Phillies are excited about coming in. I was reading the Philadelphia papers online, and Chase Utley said, wow, I hear that ballpark yields some home runs. That'll be fun.
Like the Citizens Bank does it?
Citizens Bank does it, right.
He's got a beautiful swing on. Short, compact, quick to the ball. Ryan Howard hit a home run today, his 10th of the year. Utley hit one, his 11th.
There's a fly ball. Felix P.A. makes the catch. I was talking to a friend of mine in Philadelphia today, who hosts a talk show out in Philly, and he said that a place like Yankee Stadium with the short right field porch could really foul up Howard, because if he tries to pull the ball, he gets out of what he does well. His power is to left center field, which really is rewarded at Citizens Bank, which has a short left center. Here, you're looking at 399 out there, so it'll be interesting to see what Howard does.
Yeah, Howard led the major leagues in opposite field home runs last year. He's got power to all parts of the ballpark. Remember that night we did the game at Citizens Bank and he hit that home run off Mike Messina?
Yes.
Oh, into the upper deck, the first time anybody had hit one in Philadelphia in the upper deck. That was one of the longest seas ever.
Now, I wonder, were you doing the game with me, a spring training game at Bright House Fields there, when he hit one on the highway?
Yeah.
It looked like it was like 550, 600 feet away.
US 19.
Cervelli cannot hold up and count 1 and 2.
Cervelli recently doing some community work, paid a visit to Columbia Presbyterian Hospital, and he gave a young boy a team bat and ball that Cervelli took around a clubhouse himself and got it signed. Nice gesture.
You like to see some of the stuff that the Yankees have been doing lately within the community, going to hospitals. I mean, because they don't realize in schools how much they mean to people. I mean, I think because they're insulated from it, they don't realize what it means to somebody to meet a Yankee. There's a ground ball to short, and they go the short way to get the force, and that's going to do it in the 3rd inning. No runs, a hit, no errors, and one man left on base. 3 in the books. Yankees lead the 6-0 on my 9. season of Yankee Stadium on Memorial Day weekend when the world champion Philadelphia Phillies visit for a 3-game series beginning tomorrow night. Kick off your summer in exciting fashion by watching the Bronx Bombers in this interleague matchup. Log on to Yankees.com or call 877-469-9849 to get your tickets today before they're gone. Nolan Reimold against Alfredo Aceves. Pitches inside. 1-0.
You see these young players coming up to the big leagues, and Reimold recently recalled from AAA.
Ground ball in the hole. Jeter cannot make the play. Bounced off the heel. They'll probably score that a hit.
Reimold gets himself a base hit, an infield single here. He is this is his 3rd hit in this series. 3 for 8. Including last night's first major league home run. I was going to say that you see these young players come up. You want to know where they're from? Reimold is from Greenville, Pennsylvania. 6'4", 205 pounds.
Here's Felix PA. And there's a strike. Well, PA has had kind of an odd career. He was the future star for the Chicago Cubs. He was can't miss. He was going to be their center fielder for a long time. Hasn't happened. Got traded to the Orioles. Hasn't happened here. He's kind of lost his grip on a job here, and you wonder, is he letting this chance waste away? Because he's got the skills. He just hasn't been able to put it all together.
Yeah, he was supposed to be the left fielder. And with Luke Scott getting hurt on the DL, they called up Reimold. Reimold's a left fielder. And I have a feeling that Reimold's kind of putting himself into the picture here. What did Dave Tremblay say? That Reimold's going to play. You don't call him up, put him on the bench.
Grounded foul. The 0-2. One-two pitch, popped up on a changeup. Cervelli and Rodriguez, and Rodriguez makes the play. He never has an easy time with pop-ups, and he puts that away for the first out. And the whole team knows that he struggles with pop-ups, and that's why the laughter happens.
Yeah, that's a little out of Cervelli's range. So Cervelli standing by, and A-Rod reaches back over the left shoulder. Short choppy steps, puts on the brakes, and makes the play.
It really is hard to believe if you think about it, Kenny. This guy is such an exceptional athlete, and Jeter knows about his struggles with the pop-ups, and he just doesn't feel comfortable making those catches.
That just proves that you can't do everything. Does just about everything else.
And A-Rod was looking for Cervelli. He was just too far. Popped up, but out of play.
You know, I get the sense that here at the new Yankee Stadium, there's a little bit more room in foul territory than there was at the old Yankee Stadium.
Not behind the plate.
Not behind the plate, but down towards the dugouts. I mean, in this area right here, there's a little more of a curve here. The old Yankee Stadium used to come straight down. And the same thing on the first base side. So, you know, the old Yankee Stadium was famous for very few pop-ups in foul territory being caught. I think there's going to be a few more here this year, which is a help to the pitchers. I mean, it's not Oakland, but still, no other place is Oakland. I mean, you could put another field between the foul line and the dugouts there.
Ground ball, grabbed there by Cano. He gets the force at second, on to first, not in time. That's a pretty play by Robinson Cano. And Jeter points to Cano as you would in a basketball game after a nice pass by a point guard.
Well, Cano had to range far to his left, and this is the reason why Zahn's going to be safe at first. There's the accurate throw to second for the force, and you can see that Zahn just avoids the double play. This would have been a spectacular double play. Leaping in the air. I mean, this is acrobatic. Then Jeter trying to turn it over.
And the pitch to Andino is a strike.
Yeah, making a throw like that, leaping in the air, turning, doing a 360, turning and throwing accurately. Hit Jeter right in the chest with the throw.
Count 0-2. Boy, Aceves has looked good. Picked up 2 wins and 2 of the 3 walk-off victories the Yankees had. In his last 9 innings, he's allowed 6 hits and no runs. Punched out, much easier play for Cano. He does the backhand flip to Jeter, who dances near the bag to step it on and get the force. No runs a hit, no errors hit. 1 man left on base. Aceves has been the ace that Girardi calls him. 6-0 Yanks. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning here on a gorgeous Thursday evening at the new Yankee Stadium. And there's a strike. 6-0 Yankees. Sources are telling me, Kenny, you've been taking advantage of the weather and walking around the city. A lot of spottings of Ken Singleton. That's what I'm hearing.
You got people following me around town.
Yeah. I like to know what my guys are doing.
They've been to some good places. Walked to the deli today. Did they see me there?
Yep, they did. Pastrami sandwich on rye. That one's popped up. PA playing very shallow right there. 1 out. Hey, Friday night, can the high-flying Rey Mysterio defend his Intercontinental Championship? Find out on another action-packed WWE Friday Night SmackDown. Plus, Jeff Hardy looks to defy the odds against Edge to become world champion. WWE SmackDown Friday night starting at 8 here on My 9. Here's Derek Jeter. Derek is 1 for 2. Breaking ball. 0-1.
Jeter got it all started tonight. Double into the right field corner. His 9th double of the year. Here we go. This might be the answer to your question, Michael. How many innings that Vesavis is going to go?
Well, right now he's at 3 1/3. Got the final out of the first and put up zeros in the second, third, and fourth.
Just chilling.
He pitched well last year in the rotation, and he's done a good job in whatever role the Yankees hand him. The 1-1, 1-2.
Well, Eaton's kind of lived up to his billing. In 6 of his 7 previous starts, he has allowed 4 earned runs or more. And the Yankees have put 6 on the board here tonight.
Grounded foul. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the New York Yankees. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the aforementioned New York Yankees. Popped up on a changeup. Roberts, 2 outs. Well, yesterday the Orioles starter Jeremy Guthrie got roughed up early and then settled down, and it seems as if Eaton is settling down as well.
But you have to wonder, like last night, has that ship sailed?
On Fleet Week,
Yeah.
it seems like it has.
This is the first time that Cano has batted second this year. He's seen 2 pitches tonight, a double and a home run. Oh, finally, they threw him a ball, something he couldn't hit.
Foul boy. The Orioles have had some struggles against the Yankees. They haven't defeated the Yankees in a season series since 1997. And the Yankee streak of 11 straight seasons with a record of 500 or better against the O's matches the longest current streak of its kind for any team versus any team matchup in the major leagues entering the season. The Angels have an 11-year streak against the Tigers. The Orioles have really fallen on hard times.
But did you see the note below that, though, Michael? The one with the
Yeah.
A's and the Yankees.
Yankees did lose a season series to the A's from 1931 through 1970. 40 straight years. And that went through 3 cities, Philadelphia, KC, and Oakland.
Well, then in the early 70s, the A's started to turn it on. They had 3 straight world championships. 40 years in a row without having a winning record against one team.
I believe it might be 90 or 91, Kenny. The Oakland A's were 13-0 against the Yankees. So they turned the tide a little bit. But that's still not 40 years in a row. Three-two. Foul boy. It is 6-0 Yankees. 4 runs in the first and 2 runs in the second. The 2 runs in the second of Cano's 2-run home run. That one popped up. Left side, Mora will make the play, and a 1-2-3 inning for Adam Eaton and the O's. In 1990, the A's are actually 12-0 against the Yankees. There you go. That's the official stat. at Yankees.com. Browse the largest selection of authentic team gear, including clubhouse caps and t-shirts, jerseys, collectibles, and more. Get your team gear straight from the source. Shop the Yankees.com shop. Well, we go to the fifth inning on the New York Lottery scoreboard. 6-7-0 Yanks, 0-5-0 for the Orioles. New pitcher for the Yankees. It's Jonathan Albaladejo. And his numbers are coming back down to respectability. In his last 5 games, 5 2/3, 4 hits, no runs, 5 walks, 5 strikeouts. Still, you don't want a 1-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio. And Roberts skies one deep to right. Swisher back, leaps, see ya! Home run for Brian Roberts. First pitch from Albaladejo, and the Orioles are on the board. 6-1 Yanks. So for Roberts, his 6th home run of the year, and Baltimore is on the board.
Roberts, if you get one in his wheelhouse, he could do some damage. Even though he's barely over 5'9", he's hit 12 home runs against the Yankees. That's the most he's hit against one team. This is his 12th against him in his career. Swisher getting to know the fans in the first row, but he needed to get back in about the 6th or 7th to catch that one.
Pitch to Adam Jones, low and away. Kudos go to Alfredo Aceves, who came in an emergency relief role after Jabba Chamberlain's injury. And he gave the Yankees 3 1/3 scoreless innings. Laced out into right field, and Swisher jumps to make the play. Made that play like an infielder.
That was a little unusual. Well, first of all, it's hit well by Adam Jones, slicing away from Swisher. I like the effect of the legs. Watch the legs just open up here, and he makes the play. Swish leaping up on the wall, leaping to make catches, just having a good time. I guess it's not in the way you do it, it's all in the result.
Pitch to Markakis is a strike. Swisher's last team, the Chicago White Sox, trying to complete a big-time deal, sending 2 of their best minor league pitchers to the Padres for Jake Peavy. There's a ground ball to second. Canoa's there for the second out, but Peavy has a blanket no-trade clause, and he has to decide whether or not he wants to accept the deal. And his agent has come out and said, you know what, he'd rather not at this point, because he really wants to stay in the National League. And that's what Peavy's done so far this year. 3 5, 3.82, averages 10.1 strikeouts per 9 innings. Opponents hit .220 against him.
Tell you what, if he looked at the scoreboard today, there's no way he's going. White Sox were beaten 20-1 by the Minnesota Twins. He's probably thinking, yeah, they really need me, but I don't know if I want to be part of that.
There's a ground ball to first to Shera right there. So Albaladejo rebounds from the home run of the bat of Roberts, and in an 8-pitch inning, he allows just this 1 run. A solo home run by Brian Roberts. At the end of 4 1/2, we're halfway through. 6-1 Yanks. seems to be rising on the Yankees as they're heading to their 9th straight victory if they can hold on. They lead 6-1 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. New York Lottery scoreboard tells you that. 6-7-0, leading 1-6-0. And the count 1-0 on Mark Teixeira. Foul back.
You might notice the Texas average is getting up there to respectability. He's now over 250, 252. When you are walking around, walking up the home plate, and you see you're on the interstates, well, you want to get off as quickly as possible. And in a way, he's gotten off of the interstates very quickly.
In a hurry. It'll be Teixeira, A-Rod, and Matsui against Eaton. Bottom of the 5th. Hot shot to short right field. And they make the play, the rare 4-1. So that time the shift worked. Last time it gave up a hit. That time it took one away.
Ball's hit well by Teixeira. You can watch Aubrey Huff with the one step and a dive, no chance. But it's Brian Roberts from short right field. And Eaton heads up, gets over the cover right away. And he's the one who's going to have the put out here. 4-1 on the play. But yet another ball hit hard by Mark Teixeira.
Here's Alex Rodriguez. Count 0-1. Throwing Rodriguez a lot of off-speed stuff. Hot shot to short. Oh, nice play by Andino. And he guns down A-Rod for the second out. He's had a rough series at short, but that one was a nice play.
Looked like he came up with that ball behind him. Let's see that last hop as it was a hard smash off the bat. Alex Rodriguez, yep, stays with it. The spin move and the throw for the out. Andino in place of Cesar Izturis, who has got a left groin strain and is day to day.
Pitch to Matsui is outside, 1-0. So Alex, so far on this homestand, 4 for 19. But you get the feeling around this Yankee team now, they're not worried about their statistics. As long as the team keeps winning, everybody is quite content.
They're getting closer to where they want to go.
If the Yankees hold on, this would be the Yankees' longest winning streak under Joe Girardi. It would be 9 in a row. Last year they had an 8-gamer. 3-1. Matsui grounded to second and struck out so far tonight. That one's driven deep to right. There it goes. See ya! Into the second deck. A solo home run for Hideki Matsui. And the Yankees lead 7-1.
Well, the Yankees got that run back that Brian Roberts had put on the board for Baltimore. Three balls and a strike, 2 outs, nobody on, and a good pitch to hit. Target's low and away. It was not there. It was almost right down the middle. Watch Matsui flip the bat after he hits this. He knows where it's going. Souvenir. Into the second deck. Bat
boy. And here's Nick Swisher. And a strike.
They get out of here in a hurry, don't they? That was a rocket.
Count 1-1. Eaton has now given up 6 home runs in his last 3 starts.
That's why I get the feeling that his spot in the rotation might be going to somebody else pretty soon. Rumor has it.
Bobby Bacala, Steve Sciarippa enjoying the action.
Remember the day that they had the cast from it's center stage all over again.
Paul Simon, big Yankee fan. And Nick Swisher walks. Perfect night so far for him. 2 walks and a single.
Remember the day, Michael, that they had the cast from The Sopranos throughout the first pitch?
Yep.
It must have been about 6 of them and 6 Yankees lined up, and I was thinking, this can't be good. Somebody's going to get picked off here. Just go right off the show.
Steve Sciarippa lasted till the second to last show. So he had a nice run. Got a pretty good seat. Wonder who he knows. So Greg Zahn goes out and talks with Eaton to show Brian Bass warming up in the bullpen. And they're just stalling right there, so that's going to do it for Eaton. Dave Tremblay will call on Brian Bass. Tremblay's got a big smile on his face. I'm not quite sure about what. Now he signals. And Eaton has a rough outing. Yankees are trailing, or Yankees are leading 7-1. They've hit 2 balls out. And Eaton is being relieved. Town scoreboard, which is brought to you by Acura Advance. Detroit beat Texas 4-3. Tigers are red hot. Minnesota over the White Sox 20-1. Tampa Bay over Oakland 6-5. And in the bottom of the 5th inning, Boston looking to sweep Toronto. The Red Sox lead 4-0. In the National League, Philadelphia 12-5 over Cincinnati. The Phillies come to town tomorrow. Bottom of the 7th, Pittsburgh leads Washington 4-3. Florida 2, Arizona 1 top of the 6th. And Colorado shutting out Atlanta 6-0 in the top of the 6th inning on the Acura scoreboard. On the My 9 scoreboard, it's 7-1 Yankees. Brian Bass, the new pitcher, runner on first. And you see Bass's numbers. In his last 9 appearances, he's pitched to a 1.02 ERA. And he deals outside to Melky Cabrera. Ground ball is short. Andino will go the short route, and they get Swisher, and that will do it. So Bass comes on to get out of the fifth. But not before the Yankees get another run, and it was a loud run, a long run, a home run into the second deck here at Yankee Stadium. We go to the sixth, 7-1 Yanks. And 61st Street and River Avenue. It's all Yankees so far. They lead 7-1 as we go to the sixth inning. 7-8-0, 1-6-0 for the O's. Jonathan Albaladeo, the Yankees' third pitcher, deals outside to Melvin Moore, 1-0. If you just got home from work, wow, you really put in a long day. Joba Chamberlain knocked out after 2 outs in the top of the first inning. Not because of ineffectiveness, because he got hit with a comebacker off the bat of Adam Jones. It seemed like it was on the inside of the right knee. He tried to pitch to 2 more batters, gave up 2 singles, and then obviously couldn't push off hard enough, and he was relieved by Alfredo Aceves. Count 2-1.
Albaladeo had a tough assignment the other day. At least he said it was pretty tough. He and Ramiro Pena went to collegiate elementary school and addressed the kids there. 500 kids in school. He said it was tougher to speak to them than as opposed to pitching in front of 50,000 people.
Wow.
But he and Pena got the job done.
Line drive to left field. Cabrera's there. 1 away. Well, you heard that psychological poll that was done, that people are more afraid of public speaking than death.
What?
Yeah.
The psychological poll?
Yeah, psychological poll that people are more afraid of speaking in public than dying. You know, they give advice to people, though, about public speaking. When you're speaking to a group, just picture that group in various stages of undress, and then you feel like you're in control.
You know, what advice can you give to people about dying?
Yeah. I'm not quite, I don't have all the information on that one.
Me neither.
The 1-0. There's a strike. Nolan Raimo will always remember his first big league home run off a brand name, the brand name, Mariano Rivera. There's a soft ground ball to A-Rod. He bare hands but can't handle it cleanly. An infield single for Raimo. So 2 infield singles for him.
Last night, Raimo's home run, and this is the first time ever that Mariano Rivera has given up somebody's first major league home run. So Raimo has done something that no other player has ever done.
Here's Felix PA. Kenny, check this out. I have a good friend who's a comedian, Pete Dominic, and he just texted me and said that means that people are more afraid of giving the eulogy than being in the box.
He's a comedian.
The 1-1. 1-2. Strike 3. Felix PA looking. First 0 for 3.
The first strikeout for Albaladejo as he had moving fastball and kind of a spillover. Started inside and then spilled right back over the plate. PA knew it. Albaladejo has a good sinker. He was the last man to make the team in spring training.
And Zahn serves one down the left field line. It's a base hit. Melky Cabrera cuts it off. He's going to fire to third, but hustling into third is Reimold, and going to second is Zahn with a double.
Kind of slices this one off the end of the bat. Well, that might not even been a strike. It looked like it's pretty far outside, but Zahn's going to have himself a hit here. The ball is slicing away from Melky Cabrera. I don't know if Melky came up with it cleanly in the corner because it looked like Reimold was going to hold at second base. Let me check and see the progress of this ball down the line. Hits off the wall, then hugs the wall. Yeah, Melky got it cleanly.
Dave Island, a slow walk out to the mound to talk with Albaladejo. And Dino becomes a very important batter. It seems like the Yankees have dominated in this game, and they're up 7-1, which is comfortable. But then you just try to think a little bit ahead and say, wow, if the pinch hitter Ty Wigginton gets a single here, then it's 7-3, and the whole specter of the game changes. That's why Island wanted to go out and definitely make sure how they wanted to pitch to Wigginton.
And Wigginton last night, if you remember, hit a 2-run homer here off of Phil Hughes. And for him, it was his third home run of the year.
So Wigginton pinch hitting for Andino. Breaking ball, low and away, 1-0. The Orioles are the only team in baseball without a pinch hit. They are 0 for 16. And as we mentioned yesterday, that's a bit ironic when you consider that their hitting coach, Terry Crowley, had 108 pinch hits, considered one of the greater pinch hitters in baseball history.
He was very, very good at his job. He could sense when he was going to get an opportunity and start walking around, getting loose on the bench, grabbing a bat. In those days, there weren't the batting cages like they have now where you can go down and loosen up. They didn't have those type of facilities in the older stadiums, but he would go down, I guess, go in the clubhouse and start swinging the bat a little bit, get loose, sit down to one of the players that was playing, sit down next to him on the bench, ask him what the fastball was doing, much movement on it, breaking ball sharp, just to get prepared for his at bat.
And there's a base hit past the diving A-Rod and down into the left field corner. That is going to score 2, and Wigginton with a pinch hit, 2-run double, the first pinch hit for the Orioles this year, and all of a sudden it's a 7-3 Yankee lead.
Looked like Wigginton hit a pretty good pitch. It was a breaking ball, but it's towards the middle of the plate. He stays right with it. A little out in front, but that enables him to hook it by A-Rod and on down the line. So Wigginton with its 5th double of the year and picks up 2 pinch hit runs batted in.
Here's Brian Roberts. There's a strike. Jose Veras getting ready. Yankees will have to get 8 1/3 innings out of their bullpen tonight. The starter went 2/3 of an inning and had to leave because of an injury. And Roberts chases a high fastball, and Alvaladeo gets out of further trouble. Roberts trying to bring the Orioles closer. He could not. 2 runs on 3 hits, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Francisco Cervelli swings and misses at a first pitch from Brian Bass. New shortstop is Ty Wigginton. He had pinch hit for Robert Andino.
First career appearance at shortstop.
Cesar Asturias is their shortstop. He's still on the active list. They haven't DL'd him, but obviously the groin is not allowing him to play in the game tonight.
Yeah, we've seen Wigginton at third. We've seen him at second. And we've seen him at first. And maybe we've seen him in the outfield, but never at short.
And Cervelli goes down swinging. He's 0 for 3 tonight. We just get word that Jake Peavy has officially turned down the deal to the White Sox. He did not want to go. Now, there might be some that will criticize him and go, well, he's with a team that's not going anywhere, the Padres. Why would he want to stay there and not go to a team like the White Sox that might have a chance in a suspect Central Division? And the one answer I have to that, you know what, he signed a contract worth less money than he would have if he'd hit the open market because he wanted to be in San Diego. Mm-hmm. And that was part of the thing that he negotiated was no trade clause. So he has a right to use that if he wants. And he doesn't have to be held up to derision if he does it.
Well, if anything, the fans in San Diego will say, well, here's a guy who likes our town, doesn't want to leave.
Chop slowly to Wigginton. He's going to get tried right away. Wow, what a play by Wigginton, getting the speedy Brett Gardner, who does not agree with the call.
You know what? Just from the naked eye, I thought that he might have beaten that one. Of course, we get the replay. And this might be the toughest play that Wigginton ever has at shortstop. There's Gardner going out of the picture.
Wow, pretty good call.
Yeah, he's out.
That's an unbelievable call by Angel Campos.
He is out.
Credit where credit is due, department.
Bang, bang play.
And you can see Gardner didn't think he was out, but Mick Kelleher, the first base coach, did not argue.
Wigginton tested. Barely got it. Gardner makes just about every play when he hits that slow roller to the left side close at first.
Jeter tonight is 1 for 3. Strike.
Just watching Bass work here. He's got a good sinker. There it is right there, but he misses with it. Remember him with the Minnesota Twins. Working out of their bullpen. The Orioles were thinking about using Bass in a starting role in spring training, but he too was relegated to the bullpen. They went to about the last 10 days of spring training, not sure who's going to fill out the rotation past the first 2 spots of Guthrie and Uehara.
Bass, a 2-out walk to Derek Jeter. That'll bring up Robinson Cano. Robbie is 2 for 3 tonight, an RBI double in the first and a 2-run home run in the second. Count 1-0. We'll just get word on Jabba Chamberlain. He had x-rays taken of his right knee. It's officially listed as a bruised right knee. X-rays were negative. Snap to it first. Quick move by a right-hander.
Derek with the 8 stolen bases this year has been caught only once. 8 steals, leads the Yankees. Had 11 all of last year.
Hot shot up the middle, a base hit. Cano's hot night continues.
Second consecutive night that Robinson Cano has had 3 hits. And this is another laser. Right back through the middle. See how hard he hit that ball? Roberts couldn't even react to it. They said that Lou Gehrig used to hit balls by outfielders like that. He could hardly react to it.
So Cano, who had started off hot and then went into the natural valley that you're going to go into, has picked it up again. He's getting the average up. I believe it's over 320 now. Looks like he's 317 on the board. And he has a double, a single, and a home run, so he's a triple away from the cycle. Yankees tonight are 4 for 6 with runners in scoring position.
Well, we saw Eaton fall behind Matsui. 3 balls and a strike, and Matsui just hammered one into the second deck. Teixeira's been hot, and he's got to count his favorite 2-0.
And now 3-0. And a strike to Teixeira. Teixeira living on the interstate all of April, now at the 250. And the 3-1.
Look out.
And the bases are loaded. Now, I talked to Teixeira the other day, Kenny, about taking his offensive struggles out on the field. He said, I never did that. He said, I've never been the type of guy, as Rick Kranitz goes out and talks with Bass, that is in the field practicing my swing. And he said, and that's because I used to do it in Little League. And my father told me, don't ever do that, because it's telling your teammates you're not thinking about what you're doing. You're thinking about what you've done and what you're going to do. He said, just concentrate on your defense when you're on the field. Think about hitting when you're on the bench.
Well, you know, what do they say? Father knows best. His father John with some good advice, and helped turn his son into a Gold Glove fielder.
John obviously never talked to O'Neill. Here's Alex Rodriguez, who has 17 grand slams on his resume. Foul back to the screen. Pretty good average as well with the bases loaded. 345.
Just came in on his hands a bit.
And the count 1-1. Alex tonight is grounded to third, flied out to left, and grounded to short. Jamie Walker pitched yesterday, didn't pitch well, warming in the bullpen.
You notice they were careful with Teixeira, and now, you know, A-Rod hasn't really been lighting up. He's hit for power, but not for average, so they're going after him.
Grounded to third. It's a fair ball, and Mora will beat Cano to the bag, so they get Alex Rodriguez for the 4th time tonight. So the Yankees in the 6th. No runs a hit, no errors, and the bases are left loaded. We played 6 full here at Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, and the Yankees lead the Orioles 7-1. 7-2. On the Amstel Light scoreboard, Yankees are leading 7-3 over the Orioles, each team with 9 hits. Yankees have picked up 2 more home runs. The Orioles have 1. And Jonathan Albaladeo still in there. This is his 3rd inning of work. And he'll face Adam Jones, Nick Markakis, and Aubrey Huff. And the pitch outside, 1-0.
Jones started the night with 19 multi-hit games. That's 2nd in the league. Aaron Hill of Toronto has got 20. 2 pretty good young players. We just saw Aaron Hill when we were in Toronto.
And Adam Lynn. You check out Toronto, and they've had such success early on, but it doesn't bode well for them that in the 2 series that they face, 2 of the teams are going to be battling, the Yankees and the Red Sox. They lost 2 out of 3 to the Yankees, and they're about to be swept by the Red Sox.
And they still haven't played the Rays yet,
yep.
who were
also struggling.
They're struggling a bit, but near the 500 mark. Joe Madden, they got a contract extension with the Rays. I believe it was a 3-year extension.
That one is ripped into center field, and it hangs up there for Gardner. Jones actually hit that ball too hard, and it knuckled out to Gardner.
Now he puts a charge into this one. Looked like a low fastball, and you can almost see the ball just knuckling out there to Brett Gardner. But he stays with it and hauls it in for the out. He actually knocked the spin off the ball.
And a strike. That one's driven out to deep right center field. Gardner back on the track. See ya! A home run into Monument Park for Nick Markakis. And now the Yankee lead is 7-4 as the Orioles creep closer.
Markakis, good low fastball hitter. You can see that was down around knee high, and he got into it. Just to the right of straightaway center field. And as Michael said, into Monument Park. Souvenir.
Well, now Joe Girardi will try to mix and match the rest of the way as he goes to the bullpen. Jose Berrios, the newest arm, to try to shut down the O's. Yankees up by 3. On the Amstel Light scoreboard, the Yankees have had to scramble tonight because Jabba Chamberlain knocked out of the game. A comebacker by Adam Jones to the side of the right knee. It's a bruise, but he left after 2 outs in the first. Alfredo Aceves, Jonathan Albaladeo, and now Jose Veras will come on with 1 out in the 7th. You see what Veras has done. Too many walks and a high ERA. So Albaladeo serves up 2 home runs and gives up all 4 of the runs. And the pitch outside from Veras. Veras has simply not had the command this year that he had last year when he was lights out of the bullpen. Now it seems like he doesn't know where it's going. And the 1-0. That one's going right in the Cano for the 2nd out.
Now this is a time where Veras came in and got that first batter out. We had mentioned that he had kind of struggled in that department.
And the pitch to Melvin Moore is a strike. Melvin tonight is 0 for 3. Getting Huff was a big deal for Veras because it's only the 7th time in 19 chances that he got the first man out when he came out of the bullpen. Count 2-1 to Moore. And the pitch. Count 3-1. So many moving parts to Veras' delivery. You can see why he gets out of sync.
And that's how he develops his power, though. You can see there's nothing wrong with the speed of his fastball. That was 95 miles an hour. It's just the command of it, as Michael says. And when you throw that hard, sometimes you have to go for the corners. I mean, just let the natural movement of the pitch aim for the middle. Let the natural movement of the ball take over.
High fly ball left field. Melky Cabrera drifts back, and on the track he makes the play for the final out of the 7th. But the Orioles get another run. 1 run on 1 hit, the Markakis home run. No errors and nobody left at the end of 6 1/2. It's time for the 7th inning stretch. Yankees lead 7-4, but stay right here as we honor America in the Bronx.
As we remember the servicemen and women who are serving our country at home and around the globe. Now please join Kate Smith as she sings God Bless America.
at Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning, and the Yankees had a 6-0 lead at one point. Now it's down to 7-4 on the Amstel Light scoreboard. Orioles have out hit the Yankees, but the Yankees have outscored them, and that's the bottom line. So Brian Bass still in there as Matsui digs in. And he grounds one to second. Roberts is there, over to Huff, and there's one away. One pitch, one out.
Yeah, Matsui got on top of that sinking fastball from Bass, rolled over on it and grounded out.
Here's Nick Swisher. Swisher today has walked twice and singled. High fly ball, deep left, backing up Felix PA. And he'll make the play going on to the warning track for the second out.
We're in Baltimore. We saw PA working with the first base coach, John Shelby. And Shelby, of course, is the outfield coach as well. And Shelby could, in his day, really go get him in center field. Had a very, very strong throwing arm. And trying to teach PA how to get a break on a fly ball, how to turn over one shoulder or the other and retreat. Worked on that play.
Who would have watched that deposit itself into the left field stands at Camden Yards? Melky, 2-run double in the first inning, and then fly to left and grounded to short.
You know, the thing about Melky, he's having a very good year here. In his last 28 starts, he's had a hit in 25 of them. So he is contributing not only defensively. You know, you think of Melky more on the defensive side, but and I think personally, it was a challenge that he had in spring training. To, you know, he wasn't sure he was going to make the team. If Brett Gardner wins the job, Melky thinking maybe I'm going back to AAA.
That one's tapped right back to Bass, and he underhands to Huff. And a 7-pitch inning for Brian Bass as the Yankees go down in order 1-2-3. Yankees need their bullpen to hold up for 2 more innings. They're up by 3. Sinatra. You heard that right. The radio voice of the Yankees reveals his Sinatra side. You'll see it only on the Verizon Bios game wrap-up right after the game on My 9 News. Now I'm ticked off, Kenny.
Yeah.
I didn't know about this before I left the house. I didn't set the DVR. So our good friends at My 9 are going to have to get me a DVD.
Start spreading the news.
Ferris deals a strike. 7-4 Yankees over the O's. And the 0-1. Tremblay said today that the Yankee streak got started the last game in Baltimore. He said 2 infield singles in the 8th inning and then that 3-run home run by Johnny Damon. They've only lost 1 game since then. And that was the first game against Halladay in Toronto.
Yeah, that home run by Johnny Damon enabled the Yankees to take 2 out of 3. They were trailing in that ball game. And if you recall, it was Francisco Cervelli beating out an infield hit, and then Derek Jeter beating out an infield hit, and then Johnny Damon hit a 3-run homer.
Sounds like a broken bat for Reimold. Time for the out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by Honda. Visit your local Honda dealer today. These are finals: 4-3 Detroit over Texas, Minnesota 20-1 over the White Sox, Tampa Bay 6-5 over Oakland, and a bottom of the 7th inning score, Boston 5 and Toronto 1. In the National League, Pittsburgh beat Cincy 12-5. Top of the 9th inning, Washington 5, Pittsburgh 4. Bottom of the 8th, 4-3 Arizona over the Marlins, and the Rockies lead Atlanta 9-0. Bottom of the 8th. Count now 3-2 on Reimold. Three-two. High fly ball. Deep left. Melky bat. Track. And he makes the play for the first out.
Reimold didn't quite get it. It was had his home run swing at it, but I think it got just in on the hands, or maybe off the end. Let's maybe off the end of the bat. Not quite. Melky to the warning track, just drifting.
And Mariano begins to warm. Won an inning in the 3rd last night. Right now it's a save situation. Unless the Yankees score on the bottom of the 8th inning. Felix PA today 0 for 3. Tomorrow, interleague play starts around Major League Baseball. Kenny, you like interleague play?
Yeah, I've always liked it. I think that it adds something for the fans, that a chance to see players from the other league. You know, world champion Phillies coming in here. That's something new.
A rematch of the 1950 World Series between the Yankees and the Whiz Kids. The Yankees won that one in 4 games.
Yeah, 4-game sweep. You get to see some of the stars on that world championship team. And I also think that don't the Yankees have the best record in interleague play during all the years of interleague?
It's either the Yankees or the A's.
It's very close. But the Yankees have done well in interleague and really helped to boost their record on the way to having winning seasons.
The matchups for this series: tomorrow night, A.J. Burnett against Brett Myers.
It's a good matchup.
Saturday, Andy Pettit against J.A. Happ. And then on Sunday, a beauty, CC Sabathia against Cole Hamels.
Man, 2 of the top lefties in the game.
So the Yankees have their big 3 going in this weekend set. Should be fun. Popped up. Melky is there. 2 away. Time for the in-game box score, brought to you by Hyundai. Ready for good news? Get Hyundai Assurance and up to $5,000 cash back on select models now. Well, there are 10 hits in that box score. Melvin Mora 0 for 4, so is Felix PA. Robert Andino, while he was in there, 0 for 2. 3 hits for Markakis, a home run for Roberts, a home run for Markakis, a double and a run scored for Zahn, and Reimold picked up 2 infield hits. Line drive by Zahn and a base hit. Cut off there by Nick Swisher, so a 2-out single for Greg Zahn.
You know what also makes interleague interesting in the case of this season is because it's going to be American League East against National League East. And Philadelphia's close enough. It was an hour by train, maybe a little bit more driving. A lot of Philly fans could be here at Yankee Stadium enjoying their favorite team. There's the matchups for the weekend. Myers and Burnett. Hop against Andy Pettit, and Hamels against Sabathia.
A lot of baseball people, though, like the people on the field, the managers, they don't like interleague. And Wigginton laces one into left center field. It is a base hit. Cutting over is Gardner, cuts the ball off in the gap. Zahn will hustle a third, and Wigginton picks up his second double. And the Orioles have runners on second and third with 2 outs.
And what it does, it's going to bring the tying run to the plate. What another pitch for Wigginton's got some good pitches to hit the last 2 days, and he has not missed them. Hit a home run last night, a couple of doubles tonight. Here's a guy who didn't start the game, and he's 2 for 2 with 2 doubles and 2 runs batted in. I think one reason why the managers might not like it is because if you're on the road, you have to play different rules. And your team is usually designed for your league type play.
Well, Joe Girardi told me he doesn't like it because of the wild card. He just feels that because there's a wild card, the schedule should be relatively the same. But the teams in the Central are going to play Central Division teams. Teams in the West this year will play Western Division teams. So the schedules are uneven, but you're all going after the same thing in a wild card.
Yeah, because the strengths of certain teams and divisions are not the same.
So here's Brian Roberts. And that one is lofted into left center. Brett Gardner got a good jump, and he runs it down for the final out of the 8th inning. So Veras works into and out of trouble. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on base. Nice jump by Gardner. He runs it down. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning, and the Yankees are up by 3. But he walked and scored a run. And it'll be Cervelli, Gardner, and Jeter here in the 8th inning against the closer for the O's. They've had nothing to close of late, and that's George Sherrill.
There are the numbers: 14 strikeouts and 15 2/3 innings. He's allowed 17 hits. And this will be his 17th appearance of the year. He of the flat brim hat.
An all-star last year. And he deals a strike to Cervelli on the inside part of the plate. Adam Eaton started. Brian Bass came on to get the final out of the 5th. Worked a scoreless 6th and 7th, and now George Sherrill. Fouled back.
Now, we talked about the trade that brought Adam Jones from Seattle. In that same deal, they got George Sherrill. And Sherrill had not been a closer until last year when the Orioles asked him to do it. And he did a pretty good job, made the All-Star team. Eric Bedard went to Seattle, a talented left-hander, but he had struggled last year. Mariano Rivera getting up in the Yankee bullpen. Heating up.
Breaking ball, strike 3. Cervelli has a rough night. He is 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts.
Let's take a look at a breaking ball that snaps over the inside corner.
Here's Gardner. Walked and scored. Fly ball to left. Ground ball to short. And a strike. Going through all the pictures of today. She's got a better camera than he does. Count 1-1.
How long they're out at sea, you know what I mean?
Popped up. Boy, PA was playing very shallow right there. 2 outs.
I mean, some of your tours out there, you don't see land for quite a long time.
Sometimes you can be on a submarine for like 6 months.
I think that's why they have a lot of interviews before you qualify to be on submarine duty.
Here's Derek Jeter. Derek 1 for 3 with a walk and a run scored.
Sherrill has had his problems with the right-handed hitters this year. The lefties he's done well against. They held lefties to well, now under a 100 batting average, but the righty's been hitting them at close to 350.
Well, the Yankees would like to advance into the Philadelphia series with a 9-game winning streak, and they need to hold off the Orioles in the top of the 9th. And the 1-2. Jeter could not hold up, and a good inning for George Sherrill as he retires the Yankees in order. Oriole pitching has retired the Yankees 7 up and 7 down the last 7. Mariano will try to close it out in the 9th. John Sterling sings Sinatra. You heard right. The radio voice of the Yankees reveals his Sinatra side. You'll see it only on the Verizon Fios game wrap-up right after the game on My 9 News. Well, Mariano Rivera will try to close it out. Not an easy night for a bullpen, Kenny. When your starter goes out after 2 innings, the bullpen has to give you 8 1/3, and although the Yankee offense gave them some breathing room, 8 1/3 innings is a lot for a bullpen.
Savas went to 3 1/3, had a good evening. Abelardeo struggled somewhat, 4 runs on 5 hits. Vera's an inning and 2/3, no runs, and now they turned it over to Mariano Rivera, who had a save here last night.
Coming into this game, in the last 10 games, the Yankee bullpen 3-0, 1.93. Now, we talked about the bullpen in our open, and it's certainly proven to be very, very important. No one thought that Jabba was going to just give 2/3 of an inning, but he was knocked out with an injury. A comebacker off the bat of Adam Jones got him on the right side of the right knee, and it's a bruise. X-rays are negative, but he had to leave the game 2 batters after being hit. So tough part of the order for Mo. Adam Jones, Nick Markakis, and Aubrey Huff. Mariano has 55 career saves against Baltimore, more than he has against any team. Picked up a save yesterday in an 11-4 Yankee victory, but the game was closer when he got the final out of the 8th inning. Now he can't come to an agreement with Cervelli, which is odd. He doesn't have that much of an arsenal of pitches. Last night was his 490th career save. Trevor Hoffman, who's having a really good season with Milwaukee, leads with 563.
I think the last I heard, Hoffman was 8 for 8.
I think so. Rivera has the most in the American League all time. Squibbed out, first base side. It's a fair ball. Great play by Teixeira. And he flips to Rivera. One away. That was not an easy play.
No, it wasn't. I believe the ball might have hit the bag and made it even tougher to come up with for Teixeira, but he stayed with it. They can smile about it now because there's 1 down on 1 pitch. In on the hands. Might have hit the bag. First base umpire Angel Campos with the call, and Mariano does his job and gets over. I'll tell you, Teixeira going to his left, going to his right. He is worth his weight in gold at first base. Nice play.
A lot of smiles lately here in the Bronx for the Yankees. Here's Nick Markakis, homered his last time up. He has 3 hits. First 2 games, the Yankees held him without a hit, 0 for 8, but he's 3 for 4 tonight. And a strike. Yankees took the final 2 games of the series in Toronto, and they have not looked back. They swept the Twins in 4 games, took the first 2 of the Orioles series, and now looking to sweep this series and go 7-0 on the homestand and reel off 9 straight wins, more than they had all of last year. They had an 8-game winning streak last season, but never 9. 2-1. Right in on the hands, and it's popped up. Cano. 2 outs. So 1 more out for Mo to nail down the save and get the Yankees the win. And here's Aubrey Huff, still booed. Every at bat during this series booed by Yankee fans because of what they perceive he did in showing up Jabba Chamberlain in Baltimore. There's a strike. There has been no retribution, as the Yankees are more worried about winning than going chest to chest with Aubrey Huff. The 0-1. Outside, 1-1. Vendettas are better settled with victories. The 1-1. Inside, 2-1. The feeling was Jabba wasn't going to do anything today anyway. You didn't want to upset the apple cart. But he never really got the chance. He did pitch to Huff in the first inning, but he was hurting at that point and surrendered a single. And that was the last batter that he faced.
Yeah, you know, Michael, I think you know how I feel that, you know, there's a time and place for everything. But the first thing you should do is try and win the ball game. Here's that line drive off the bat of Adam Jones that really stung Jabba and eventually had to leave the ball game.
And the 2-2. Grounded foul. So the bullpen, Aceves, Albaladejo, Veras, and now Mariano Rivera trying to piece together 8 1/3 innings of relief to give the Yankees the victory. 1 strike away. There it is. Swings and misses, and the Yankees win their 9th in a row. The Yankees win this one 7-4. And you got to give so much credit to the bullpen. Joe Girardi mixed and matched and got the most out of his crew out there. And the